Journal entry 57, Plants and Letters. I am back in Divinity's Reach. I searched for a plant the whole day without any luck. With my spirit low, I went back to Fredrickson's burial mound and packed the few items I had left there while searching. But I had not walked more than maybe half an hour before I sensed a familiar scent in the air, and behind the next hill was a tall plant heavily guarded by creating courtiers. Although I was happy I finally found one, I realized it would be impossible to get close. So instead I scouted the area around it, hoping to find a much smaller one. Lisa was not by my side that day, as I did not find any. So I decided to stay and watch for an opportunity to maybe get a part of it. I waited there for a few hours patiently, and just before the dusk set in, a vigil squad appeared. They quickly assembled a battery of mortars and started to rain down death upon the crate and courtiers, and the plant as well. The crate and courtiers did not seem to enjoy this very much, as they charged the defensive position of the vigil. I quickly decided that the vigil squad was my only chance to maybe get some plant parts, so I left my hiding place and ran to defend the squad. Having left the longbow behind when leaving the vigil keep after resigning, I had only brought my dagger with me. I kicked the courtier in its back, impaling it on a surprised crusader sword, then jumped onto the back of a particularly large crate, stabbing its throat repeatedly before leaping off of it before it got time to react. The squad then managed to finish off the remainder of the enemy, and I could do nothing but watch as the plant got blown into bits and pieces. The squad did not seem too happy about getting help from a civilian, and I did not mention that I used to be a first crusader. It would only raise more questions. So I told them I was a nobleman from Divinity's Reach out hunting, which was not a lie per se. After burning the remains, the squad soon packed up and left, leaving me to look for something that I could use. I waited a while and checked so that no one was around before I started my search, and the night was almost there when I finally found what I had been looking for, a small, healthy-looking plant. I carefully cut it off and put it at the bottom of my bag before heading back to Divinity's Reach. I stopped by the flagon for a glass of wine. They surprised me with having a delicious Elonian wine of a particularly good vintage. However, the barkeep could do with a lesson in how to treat important customers. I passed the palace garden on my way from the flagon when a letter dropped on me from the sky. I thought it clearly must have been a mistake when I read it, until I saw a line that made cold shivers run down my spine. "We're watching you, Wulopin Ivoryheart." Clearly, this letter was meant for me and no one else. The rest of the letter states that they know me and what I have done, and that I have limited time to wrong my rights. That sounded like absolute nonsense to me, so it was probably just someone having a laugh at my expense. However, I am sure to watch my back from now on. Back at my house, there was a package with a letter attached waiting for me. The package came from Crusader Strongshield and contained 2 small barrels of ale, probably not bigger than a Nornish pint, and an animal figurine made of wood resembling a bear. Although it reminded me of Fredrickson, it was pleasing to see a Char stand by his word, so I wrote him a letter back explaining that I had left the vigil and wished him a bright future while drinking the ale. It went straight to my head and I fell asleep on my bed, still wearing my clothes. Today, I cut up the plant and hung it to dry in my locked closet. Now I will start to look for a decent dentist. I cannot walk around with a toothless grin. I will be the laughingstock of every noble in the city. I think mithril teeth would look good. Maybe I will send the bill to the vigil. They owe me that much.